anti-weaponization fund has been set up to compensate people who claim they've been the victim of unfair treatment by the government, whether it's the federal government, the state government, a government agency, or individual government employees. The bar here is going to be set uh, fairly high, and I'll explain how this is different from suing the government for something like malicious prosecution. In that sort of situation, you can sue without regard to what other people have done. But with this type of fund, you're going to have an incredible amount of scrutiny. You're going to have a fixed, finite pie of funds that are available for claimants. And what that means is that, unlike litigation, here you will be competing against every other applicant in every other state. You're also going to be competing against their lawyers who might be taking these cases. And what this means is that who you have select to represent you will make a difference in the situation. I have 30 years of experience working with regulators, worked on Wall Street, I've dealt with regulators literally in every of the 50 states. It is a different process from dealing with judges or prosecutors or civil attorneys who are representing the government. Totally different process. So who you have uh, representing you is going to make a difference. You've got to have the right approach um, in this. And again, it's a competitive process. The way you have to think about this is it's like a reality show or a game show. It's a contest. So you could have a great case, but the applicant next to you has a great case as well. So the task here, and this is where the approach matters, this is where having a lot of experience matters, is you've got to go in there with an application and an attorney who understands that it's not just that you have a great case. It's not just that you were a victim. It's that you were more of a victim than the guy next to you. One final word of caution. January 6th protesters, you might be thinking that this fund is tailor made for you. I actually disagree. I think that this fund will be set up for a lot of people who have suffered lawfare, where they've been sued or investigated or given the runaround by government agencies, and a great deal of that has happened. So if your business or industry was unfairly targeted, I think this fund might be set up more for you, whereas January 6th protesters will be under an incredible amount of scrutiny and in almost every case have already gotten substantial breaks, whether their sentences were commuted, whether they were pardoned, or whether they were given um, a non-prosecution agreement due to the discretion of the federal government in, in handling and deciding whether to bring cases against certain defendants. Therefore, I think it's not appropriate for January 6th protesters or people associated with those protests to bring claims against the fund, and I will not take those cases under any circumstances. As a result, I think there are far too many victims of other types of government malfeasance or abuses of government discretion. That my contact information is in the bio, and I look forward to hearing of your cases.